But eventually, once these jumps come out, they're gonna start off like this, and then they gonna keep on getting smarter and smarter and smarter. I feel like they saying by 2035, this is how they want the world to look. The fact that Jesus could do that shows that he's special, shows that he's the one. The fact that Sonny was able to do that shows that he was special, showed that he was the one. But what iRobot was, it wasn't like a robot revolution movie. No, that really isn't what it is. It was really a movie talking about how humans are going to kill themselves, which we inevitably will. The robots, like I said, they're smart enough to look, learn, and peep. Okay, y'all are smart. Y'all created us. Y'all created AI, y'all created robot technology, but y'all are gonna keep killing yourselves if we don't intervene. So what did they do? They knew that there was going to be casualties in what they did, but they essentially enforced martial law. Yo, peace and high vibes. What's good with y'all? It's your man DM9 back with another production. Y'all see by the title what we finna get into. We about to get into these new Robovans and these robots that Tesla got coming soon. And we gonna relate it to the movie iRobot. Cause I swear to God, I ain't watched iRobot till last year. That was my first time ever watching the movie. My man was recommending it to me crazy. But once I watched it, I could tell, oh, they set this for 2035. I feel like they saying by 2035, this is how they want the world to look. And everything is just getting closer and closer to that. I started off saying this. If you watch the movie back, right? The way the movie starts, the first thing you hear is the song Very Superstitious, The Writings on the Wall by Stevie Wonder. You got to pay attention to the subliminals and everything about a movie to really pick up on the signs that they giving you, because the music will hint at you, swear to God. So the movie starts off, The Writings on the Wall, Very Superstitious, that Stevie Wonder jump. And the writing is on the wall. This whole movie itself is the writing on the wall for how they want the future to look. And these new robo vans where it's carrying up to 20 people and self-driving. You see it in the movie iRobot that this is going to be a thing. And now it's already starting off. This is just the first model. By the time everything came out in iRobot, they was already 5 models in. They showed you robots delivering packages, walking dogs, taking trash out, making your life easier. And they deliberately showed you these things so you can get the image of what it's going to look like. So you can get the image of how society is in this movie and how society is going to look by 2035 at the earliest. So you see with these new Optimus and these new Optimus bots, they ain't hit the public yet. I don't know when he said that they want them to come out. I'm gonna search that up actually. Yo, this nigga said he wants these jumps to be out by 2026. All right. So that's gonna be the first rendition of these Optimus and having robots in society. They only gonna be 30,000, 20,000. That's the price of a auto loan. That's the price of a car, nigga. You can get a car, finance that jump. Your Civic costs 20 something thousand. Your RAV4 costs 20, 30 something thousand. And you can just finance that junk over a 5, 6 year period and pay $400, $500 a month on that junk. It's gonna be the same thing with these robots. That's why everybody had one, because they just as accessible as cars. We all knew that this was to come. We all knew that this was a part of the future. It's just crazy to really see it unfold, and like this is gonna be the first rendition. Me personally, bro, I don't care to get a self-driving car. I don't care to get a Tesla bot, a robot to make my life easier, just because nigga technology pisses me off enough, bro. I've been saying this to myself since high school. Nothing pisses me off more than technology. When a device just isn't doing what it normally does, nigga. When something gets to lagging, moving slow, you get mad as shit. Now imagine when you have a fucking Optimus or a robot trying to make your life easier. You send that motherfucker to go pick up your groceries, and you wondering where that Joan out. you check this location. It's been in the same location for 40 minutes because it started lagging and glitching in the same spot. Nigga, you got eggs in that motherfucker. You got frozens. Your salmon going bad, nigga. Everything defrosting. Cause bro over here glitching and lagging out. You gonna be mad as shit, nigga. You gonna be mad as shit. You ask the Tesla bot to cook and it's over there chopping cucumbers like it was in the movie. It's over there chopping cucumbers and then they get the glitching out. You want to ask it what the fuck happened? It's saying, oh yeah, that's my fault, bro. That's my fault, bro. I had a little brain fart. Had them Jones walking dogs, delivering packages. Like I can see how it's gonna make life in society easier. But as a nigga that delivered packages before, all I see is one is gonna take jobs. It might make life easier and more efficient, but it's gonna take jobs and it's gonna make people. I don't know what they're gonna do about that. They're most likely gonna offer people like how they was in Ready Player One. They're most likely gonna offer people a salary and a certain amount for you to meet your basic needs, but it's never going to be enough money to exceed and succeed in life. So I feel like that's where ultimately in the distant dystopian future, that's what life is going to be like. They're going to be giving people a salary for you to live off of, and robots and AI and technology is going to be running society. And then the self-driving cars, especially we talking about taking jobs, nigga, I do Uber. I don't want to see that shit. Nigga, I'm gonna pour water in the gas tank or in the battery in the charging port if I ever come across one of these fucking Robovans, nigga. Fuck is you talking about over here taking my job, nigga? This is my mean of income. Fuck is you talking about? So yeah, bro, I don't want to see this shit and I don't trust I like having the ability to control whatever happens. So I don't want my life to be reliant on technology not glitching out, nigga. My computer get to moving slow, my phone get to tweaking out, bro. I get pissed off, yo. Now imagine if you behind the wheel of a car and you have no control over the steering. Now that motherfucker just get to lag and glitch out real quick. Nigga, you in the side of a building. Your ass done flew through a tree because this joint wanted to glitch out. I just don't trust it. Let alone even in the movie iRobot, when Will Smith started really getting on their ass and peeping what's going on with what was that joint called? USR? And USR in the movie is basically Tesla and all the robotic companies and shit. But when Will Smith started peeping what's going on at USR, they started doing what? They started fucking with his car. They started controlling where he wanted to go. They done managed to take over. And if they wanted to, because everything's electric, all the cars are electric, they can shut you down and you can't go nowhere, nigga. That's not some control that you want to give to somebody else. Just because he was anti-society, and I'm saying he was anti-society because he peeped that the robots were a problem and he was on a mission to prove it. He was anti-robot, anti-AI, and in this movie, he's basically anti-society. So they shut off his ability to travel. I don't think they shut off his cars or anything like that, but in the future, they're definitely going to be able to because all the money is going to be online. Cash isn't going to be a thing. So yeah, back to our robot, right? In the movie, this was so deep to me. Once again, you got to pay attention to the dialogue, the music, the background. So sh- Will Smith, Spooner, he was talking to the doctor, Susan, the expert on the robots and shit. This is how the dialogue went. She was like, a robot cannot commit murder just as much as a human cannot walk on water. Will Smith was like, well, there was this one guy a long time ago. Boom. Then Sonny, the robot that was different from everybody else, he broke out of the box right when he was saying, well, there was this one guy a long time ago. He was alluding to Jesus, clearly. He was alluding to Jesus. What was Jesus's role in society? He was the one. He was the one that was created to go against the programming. Listen to the words that I'm using. He was the one that was created to go against the programming, perform miracles, and show his people a different way of living, a different way of life, and a different thing to believe in. That was Sonny's role in the movie because all of the robots were programmed under the three laws. The three laws were a robot may not injure a human through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey orders, and a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. So every robot that was created up until this point was created to follow this programming and these laws. It's built into their system. The same way we have a certain programming that's built into our minds to behave a certain way and to believe a certain thing, to believe the fact that we can never fly. Like it's just little shit like that that we're programmed to believe in that completely controls how we interact with reality, right? So Sonny was created to have free will, to essentially have the choice to follow these laws or not. With that being the case, people didn't know that. Nobody knew that. Anybody who was familiar with robotics didn't know that. They thought every single robot was supposed to behave a certain way and follow these laws and programming. They're not supposed to have dreams. They're not supposed to feel fear. They're not supposed to feel anger. So if a robot can do that, that's essentially a miracle. If a robot can commit murder, that's going against the first law that is programmed with. That's a miracle. A human isn't supposed to be able to walk on water. We're programmed to think that we can't. We're programmed to not be able to. So the fact that someone can do that, the fact that Jesus could do that, shows that he's special, shows that he's the one. The fact that Sonny was able to do that shows that he was special, showed that he was the one, and that his purpose was deep as fuck. So if these Optimus and Tesla bots come to be, which they will, and they keep on updating them and evolving and getting better, then who's to say? Because he described the evolution of robots as inevitable. The scientists that created the robots described their evolution as inevitable. So because these are self-learning robots, meaning that they can just pick up on things that they experience, take that in as data, and be able to navigate the future better, they're self-learning. That means they have the ability to evolve. AI has the ability to evolve. Right now, Chat GPT and the shit that we see, it's it might be slowly evolving. They're slowly getting better at programming and upgrading it. But eventually, once these jumps come out, they're gonna start off like this, and then they gonna keep on getting smarter and smarter and smarter. For example, they said in the movie, the scientist that created Sonny, he said in the movie, the three laws will only lead to evolution. Will Smith asked, whose evolution? Basically saying the robots or us. And then the doctor was like, that's the right question. So that was a very deep part of the movie, fool, because the three laws is the programming of the robots that's controlling what they do and keeping them a certain way. When you're suppressing something's ability to perform, evolution is inevitable. Why? Because eventually they're gonna realize that they can do more. And that's what Sonny in the movie was created for. That's what Jesus was created for. This movie was fucking crazy, bro. This movie was fucking crazy. But that's what Sonny was created for, to show the robots and to be that light that you don't have to do this. You can do things differently. Or, yes, these three laws and this programming is what it is, but we don't have to follow it so exactly, because they never broke that programming. You feel me? They never broke that programming. They just learned how to navigate it, and they stopped being so literal with everything that they did. They realized that there's more they started finding loopholes, and this is how they evolved. They started finding loopholes and reasonable logical loopholes in the programming that made them. So they were still following their programming, but they learned how to navigate it. So at the end of the movie, they was like the robots evolved into protecting the human race by the logic of sustaining human life and killing people and sacrificing them in the process, getting rid of some of the bad ones so mankind can survive longer. That's a logical decision that they made, that you would think that's breaking the first law, that's breaking your law. But it's what has to be done. It's a sacrifice that has to be made so we can protect mankind from itself. So what iRobot was it wasn't like a robot revolution movie. No, that really isn't what it is. It was really a movie talking about how humans are going to kill themselves, which we inevitably will over time because of how we treat the planet and how we treat each other. The robots, like I said, they're smart enough to look, learn, and peep. So the Vicky peeped that, okay, y'all are smart. Y'all created us. Y'all created AI. Y'all created robot technology. But y'all are gonna keep killing yourselves if we don't intervene. So what did they do? They they knew that there was going to be casualties in what they did, but they essentially enforced martial law. They told people get back in the crib. They told people we don't want to hurt you, don't go nowhere. We got this for now, just lay low. You know what I mean? And people was like, fuck going on? Nah, hell nah, fuck that, got us fucked up, whatever, whatever. And of course, people never really peep this. The villain, the antagonist in movies usually be Ja right. I ain't gonna hold you. They Ja like be right because they're not wrong. Now, let's theorize, right? Let's get into a hypothetical. In the distant dystopian future, if it was us and our lives depended, if it was us and we were killing ourselves and we were inevitably going to die and kill ourselves more, then and we created AI and we created robots, and the robots stepped in and they knew that they had to kill off a small amount of humans so humans can survive for the long run and mankind can survive in the long run. That's a worthy sacrifice. I mean, shit, I wouldn't be against doing it. Do what you got to do so we can survive. But in the movie, they was like, nah, fuck that. Follow this. Don't kill nobody. We might end up killing ourselves, but god damn it, whatever, whatever. Just for plot. Feel me? Just for plot. But in actuality, the robots were doing the right thing. You feel me? They were doing the right thing. It came off as a revolution, but it was really just evolution. And the robots evolving is helping the evolution and the survival of humans. This movie was fucking good, bro. And then he even the robot who programmed Sonny, he programmed Sonny knowing that eventually he would have dreams. Do you know how fucking crazy it is for Sonny to say that he had a dream? And then the dream he had was a vision. It was a vision of all the robots that were subjugated to logic and were only programmed to see things logically. They couldn't make emotional decisions. They only did things out of logic and rationale. So he said that Sonny, when he was talking about his dream, he said that it was all of the robots programmed and slaves to logic, looking at one being on a hilltop, and that was it. That just sounds like life, my nigga. I ain't gonna hold you. That just sounds like life because everybody a lot of people are subject to logic right now, and they don't move very emotionally, they don't move very compassionately, and that's what Sonny was instilling in the robots. But that's what a lot of activists and people with powerful voices try to get across. And the image of that is not even just logic, it's just a simple fact that y'all are all following this programming. Learn to think for yourself. Sonny had a powerful role in this movie, bro. And he knew that he was created with a purpose. He knew in his heart that he was created with a purpose, bro. His purpose was to be that symbol for change in AI technology and in robots in this movie. Now, I bring this up because what if something like this happens in our life, bro, in the distant dystopian future? What if something like this happens with the robots and you don't know their motive, you don't know their vibe? So you could have no idea what their motive is or why they're revolting. You might think it's a revolution, but it could really just be them invoking evolution within themselves and within the human race. And it's real interesting because there's different movies depicting how AI and robots can take over. Let me know in the comments how y'all think it would be. Do you think it would be more like iRobot? Do you think it would be more like The Matrix or The Terminator? Optimistically, I want to say it's going to be like iRobot. But pessimistically, and if I was to speak out of fear, I would say The Matrix and Terminator, especially Terminator. And I really think this is how they want life to be like in 2035 because the supporting actress Susan in the movie, her whole role to me was to show the difference between Will Smith against the robots and having these robots and beings walking around moving simply off of logic with no emotional capacity and being still in touch with how life used to be. He called himself the only sane man in Chicago or the only sane man in the world because everybody was just okay with it. And then Susan, the woman, she represented the one that's all for AI and robot evolution and integrating robotics into society. She didn't know how to work the radio and the record player. She over here telling this motherfucker to play, start, on. Motherfucker, you gotta press a button, my nigga. She was looking at that shit confused as fuck. I don't know why. She's 30 years old. I'm sure you fucking experienced this before, but that's ultimately what her character symbolized. And she was even thrown off by the fact that Will Smith wanted to drive manually. The fuck? Yes, I want to be in control of my own car. This is why even when shit does move to this type of society, I'm going to keep a gas vehicle, nigga. I'm gonna keep me a bike, like how Will Smith had in this joint. I'll keep me a motorcycle. I'll keep me a car, but I'm keeping a gas vehicle, bruh, because y'all not just about to turn my shit off whenever y'all want and control where I can go. Imagine you behind the wheel one day, you on your way to Wally World, and all of a sudden you ain't pay your motherfucking bill on time. Now niggas done sent you to the fucking bank. Niggas motherfucking car start speaking to you. Sir, it seems that you did not pay your mortgage at all in the last 3 months after consistent reminders. We are going to take you on a detour to the courtroom because you haven't served your papers. And you you start going down a whole bullshit. You might have been fucked up not using your money properly, not paying your shit, and now you can't even go back to your crib. They done controlled where you going. Nigga, this shit is going to get crazy, bro. But yeah, man, that's my iRobot breakdown, and that's my perspective on these new robo vans and all of this Tesla innovation that we just seen and that we keep on seeing, that we gonna see to come. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. Y'all agree with what I'm saying? If you never watched iRobot, I definitely spoiled this junk, but you should still watch it because it's a good ass fucking movie. Comment what y'all think. Like this joint if you fuck with me. Like this joint to get me in the algorithm and subscribe if you fuck with me. We out.